Joe Rogan, and I'm very excited.
With a staggering $250 million net worth, the hugely successful podcast host, comedian, and UFC commentator Joe Rogan has indulged in luxury like few others. Here are the 5 most expensive items Joe Rogan owns. Starting with the least expensive item on the list is his Rolex Daytona reference number 6509, worth around $60,000. It's one of the standout pieces in Rogan's impressive watch collection and arguably his most expensive. Joe is a well-known fan of luxury timepieces and has been spotted wearing several high-end watches over the years. His collection is so extensive that in 2021, he even gifted one to his friend and fellow podcaster Lex Friedman, an Omega Speedmaster Moonphase coaxial master chronometer with a moon phase, valued between $10,000 and $17,000. It was one of Joe's personal favorites.
Take this. That's yours now. That's an Omega. And that has a moon phase. You see that moon in the bottom of it?
Keep this?
That's yours. That's yours. You see the moon on the bottom of it? Do you see that?
This is a happy man right now.
That's my watch. That's my favorite watch, by the way.
Besides that, Rogan owns a Rolex Seedweller Deep Sea worth around $15,000, a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage Automatic B20 priced at roughly $5,000, an Omega Seamaster Diver 300M valued at about $10,000, and a Rolex Yachtmaster 40 worth around $10,000. He also has a couple of Panerai Luminar models and several G-Shock watches, rounding out a collection that blends luxury with everyday toughness.
What? Is that G-Shock?
G-Shock.
No, G-Shocks are the shit, dude.
$300.
Rogan is a huge fan of American muscle cars, and he has said on multiple occasions that his favorite car to look at is his 1965 Corvette Stingray.
This is a beautiful car. This is one of my all-time favorite looking cars. I've always wanted a 65, and
he ordered it from a dealer in Charlotte, North Carolina. The car has undergone a resto mod, which typically lowers its market value, but for Joe, it's priceless. Originally featuring a burgundy interior, it has since been updated to black. The classic ride was even featured on Jay Leno's Garage, highlighting its timeless appeal. Because of the resto mod, the car may have lost some value, but it's still a mint 1965 Corvette. If Joe ever decided to sell it, not that he needs to, it could fetch somewhere between $60,000 and $100,000. Beyond the Corvette, Rogan owns several other serious machines, including a silver 1970 Plymouth Barracuda powered by a 900 horsepower Mercury engine. He also has a taste for modern performance, owning a Tesla Model S Plaid, which he bought after discussions with Elon Musk.
tell me what to order. I'll order it.
Model S P100D.
Okay, Jamie,
That's
write it down.
the car that I drive.
Okay, I'll get with the car you drive.
A few moments later.
I had to get one. I told Elon Musk I would get one. It's a fucking spaceship. There's not a single car that I've ever driven that's even close to as fast.
But the heart of his collection might be his Hennessy Mammoth 1000 Ram TRX, packing a monstrous 1000 horsepower V8, because apparently 700 horsepower just isn't enough for Joe.
I have a TRX. That thing's the shit. Mine is a Hennessy. So it's 1,000 horsepower. It's 1,000 horsepower because the 700 is not enough.
It's not.
One of these beasts can cost around $150,000. On top of that, Rogan also owns a couple of Porsches, Toyota Land Cruisers, and several other vehicles, rounding out one of the most impressive car collections in comedy and podcasting. We all know how successful Joe Rogan is as a podcast host and UFC commentator, but many people forget that he is also a stand-up comedian. Rogan has released multiple Netflix comedy specials and regularly performs cross-country and international stand-up tours. That brings us to the next item on the list, his comedy club in Austin, Texas, the Comedy Mothership. In 2022, Rogan purchased the building, and the following year it was fully renovated under the design of Austin-based architect Richard Weiss. The goal was to transform it into the Comedy Mothership, a premier stand-up comedy nightclub. The project fulfilled Rogan's longtime vision of creating a dedicated comedy community in Austin that would attract comics from all over the world. Today, the venue has become a major hub for stand-up comedy, welcoming not only rising newcomers, but also veteran comedians. The Comedy Mothership generates strong revenue and is known for paying comics well. Big names like Dave Chappelle, Theo Vaughn, Tom Segura, Ron White, and many others have performed there, cementing it as one of the most important comedy venues in the world.
One of my personal heroes in comedy, please give it up for the great and powerful Dave Chappelle.
While the exact price Rogan paid for the property, or its current value, hasn't been made public, one thing is certain: real estate in Austin doesn't come cheap. Based on the location and major renovations, the value is likely upwards of $1.5 million. Speaking of buildings, that brings us to Joe Rogan's real estate game. In October 2019, Joe spent $5 million on a home in Bell Canyon, California, located in Ventura County. Bell Canyon had already been home to Rogan since 2003, when he purchased a starter house in the same area for $2.2 million. In October 2020, he later listed that original property for sale at $3.2 million. Then came the biggest purchase of all. In September 2020, Rogan dropped a staggering $14.4 million on a mansion in Austin, Texas, easily the most expensive item Joe Rogan owns. The estate spans 10,890 square feet and sits on a 4-acre, tree-dotted lot that backs onto Lake Austin, offering sweeping green, hilly views of Emma Long Metropolitan Park. The property is completely secluded, hidden behind an imposing gate and accessed by a long, winding driveway, far from the eyes of curious onlookers. Perfectly manicured St. Augustine grass stretches from the front gate all the way to the water's edge. The estate includes 2 attached garages and a separate carriage house, ideal for storing an RV or boat. Inside, the home features 8 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. A large motor court at the front connects to a paved pathway leading to the main entrance. The exterior showcases elegant stonework, while the metal-sheeted roof was designed for energy efficiency. Outside, a sprawling garden gives Rogan's dogs plenty of room to run. The property also features a large saltwater pool with recent renovations, a solarium, and an impressive patio for relaxation. And of course, no Rogan home would be complete without a gym. The mansion includes a custom-built Sorinex home gym, featuring an Apex rack with LED lighting and premium weight storage, a setup worthy of the world's most influential podcast host. To afford all the luxury items we've covered, Joe Rogan earns an enormous income. Sources estimate he makes at least $60 million a year from his multiple ventures, with the main source of his wealth being the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. He signed his first Spotify deal in 2022 and renewed it in 2024. By the end of these 2 deals, Rogan is expected to have personally earned at least $450 million from Spotify alone. Beyond podcasting, Joe also makes substantial money from UFC commentary, sold-out comedy tours, and his time as the host of the television series Fear Factor between 2001 and 2006. His passion for the UFC runs deep. He's a black belt in Taekwondo and a US Open champion. Dana White has publicly mentioned that Joe did 13 UFC commentating gigs for free early on, but once the UFC took off, they made sure he was well compensated.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that I can have the best seats in the house for every UFC event and talk about the UFC? He's like, I'll do that for free. So Rogan comes out. He does the first 12 events for free. Wow. We buy him a really nice watch to say thank you, whatever.
So that's a look at Joe Rogan and his extravagant lifestyle. What do you think? I'm one of Joe Rogan's biggest fans and love everything about him. I also really admire his close comedian friends, Shane Gillis, Mark Normand, Theo Vaughn, Tony Hinchcliffe, and his Protect Our Parks crew. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, cheers!